The automotive landscape is crowded with choices, but every now and then a car comes along that refuses to blend into the background. The Kia K5, once known as the Optima, has been turning heads since its 2021 redesign, and the 2026 model proves the sedan isn't just keeping up with the times, it's setting the pace. Please subscribe our CWJ Automotive YouTube channel for upcoming cars news. With a blend of sharp aesthetics, thoughtful updates, and a focus on everyday usability, the K5 carves out its niche in the fiercely competitive midsize sedan market. This isn't a car that shouts for attention, it earns it through a mix of subtle refinement and bold choices, creating a package that feels both familiar and excitingly fresh. When Kia decided to retire the Optima nameplate, it wasn't just a rebranding exercise, it was a statement. The K5 emerged with a design language that felt like a leap into the future, and the 2026 iteration builds on that foundation. The exterior is a masterclass in balancing aggression and elegance. Those Z-shaped LED running lights aren't just functional, they're a signature, a flick of eyeliner that gives the car an almost mischievous glare. At the rear, the full-width taillight stretches like a ribbon of light, creating an illusion of width that hints at the car's planted stance. It's the kind of design that makes you glance back after parking, not because you forgot something, but because the car demands a second look. This isn't generic sedan territory, it's a vehicle that could easily be mistaken for something from a luxury marque, especially when dressed in the GT line trim's sharper accents or the GT's performance-focused tweaks. But the K5 isn't just a pretty face. For 2026, Kia has focused on layering in small, but meaningful upgrades that enhance daily driving. The headline change, heated seats becoming standard on the GT line FWD trim, might seem minor, but it's a nod to the reality of four-season driving. It's the kind of feature you don't appreciate until you're thawing your back on a frosty morning, wondering how you ever lived without it. This follows a pattern Kia established in recent years, like the 2023 model's laminated windows that hushed cabin noise, or the available panoramic moonroof that bathes the interior in natural light. These aren't revolutionary changes, but they demonstrate Kia's understanding of what real-world drivers value: comfort, convenience, and quiet sophistication. Under the hood, the K5 continues to play to different crowds. The base 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder isn't going to set drag strips on fire, but it's a study in competent efficiency. With 180 horsepower and 195 lb-ft of torque channeled through an 8-speed automatic, it's perfectly adequate for merging onto highways or navigating city streets. The optional all-wheel drive system transforms it into a confident partner for rainy commutes or light snow, though front-wheel drive remains the efficiency champion at 2737 mpg. But for those who view driving as more than just a means to an end, the GT trim's 2.5-liter turbo is where the K5 truly comes alive. The 290 horsepower and 311 lb-ft of torque don't just move the car, they shove it forward with an urgency that belies the sedan's practical roots. The 8-speed transmission snaps off quick shifts, and the 0 to 60 miles per hour sprint in 5.4 seconds puts it in shouting distance of sport compacts. It's a Jekyll and Hyde act that few in this segment attempt, let alone execute this well. Step inside, and the K5 continues its balancing act between sportiness and serenity. The cabin isn't awash in luxury materials, but the design is clever enough to feel premium without pretension. Soft-touch surfaces mingle with metallic accents, and the optional two-tone interiors add a dash of personality. The 10.3-inch infotainment screen dominates the dashboard, but unlike some rivals tacked on tablets, it feels integrated into the overall design. Wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto come standard, a small but crucial detail in an era where plugging in a phone feels increasingly archaic. Practical touches abound: USB ports in both rows, available wireless charging, and a trunk that swallows 16 cubic feet of cargo. The optional Bose audio system deserves special mention. Its 12 speakers fill the cabin with rich, detailed sound that makes even mundane commutes feel like a private concert. Where the K5 truly shines, though, is in its commitment to safety. The 5-star NHTSA rating isn't just a badge, it's backed by an arsenal of standard driver aids, automatic emergency braking watches for the unexpected, lane keeping assist gently corrects wandering attention, and automatic high beams take the guesswork out of nighttime driving. Move up the trim ladder, and the car practically develops a sixth sense. Blind spot monitoring extends to rear cross-traffic alerts, making parking lot reversals less nerve-wracking, while adaptive cruise control transforms highway slogs into relaxed journeys. It's safety tech that doesn't feel intrusive, working in the background like a conscientious co-pilot. Of course, no mid-size sedan exists in a vacuum. The K5 squares off against titans like the Honda Accord and Toyota Camry, vehicles so ingrained in the public consciousness they're practically automotive wallpaper. The Accord counters with buttery smooth hybrid efficiency, the Camry with bulletproof reliability, and the Subaru Legacy with standard all-wheel drive. Even corporate cousin Hyundai Sonata offers near-identical tech in slightly flashier packaging. But the K5 carves its path with something harder to quantify: character. Where some rivals prioritize being all things to all people, the K5 isn't afraid to have a personality. The GT trims playful performance, the daring exterior lines, the tech suite that favors intuitiveness over gimmicks. It all adds up to a car that feels designed by people who still love driving, even in a segment often accused of playing it safe.